Hi, I'm Miss Kristen of the Oosterhout Free Library. We all know that lots of animals make a lot of different cool sounds and noises. Now I'm going to play some sounds for you to see if you can guess exactly what you're hearing. What kind of animal might it be? Or is it an animal? Or is it something else? Let's take a listen. Did it sound like a cow or a trumpet or maybe some strange monster? What did you guess it was? Well, you might guess by this guy next to me that it was a whale. You see, whales can sing some really cool songs and make some really cool sounds. And today I'm going to share a story with you called Welcome Home Whales. The story takes place in a quiet harbor where a young child hears the call of a right whale, the rarest kind of whale. Now, he's the only person in his town to hear the whale's moving song. So he waits by the bay to hear more of her story. Now, long ago, whales were hunted. So at first, the whale's story makes the young boy sad. But there's a happy ending as we welcome someone new. Who will that be? We'll have to find out. Then we'll learn a little bit more about whales with a fun activity that you can do at home. So let's get started. Welcome Home, Whales, written and illustrated by Christina Booth and published by Blue Dot Kids Press. When I first heard her call, it came from the bay, echoing off the mountain like a whisper, while the moon danced on the waves. Mom hadn't heard anything. Dad couldn't hear it either. Perhaps you were dreaming, said Grandma. Yet each morning I hear her call. Each day she comes closer, telling me something new. Sometimes she is full of joy. Sometimes she is sad. It tugs at my heart as I listen. Her stories grow louder, carried beneath the breath of the wind. I snuggle under the blankets until she wakes me from my dreams. Now I know why she is calling me. I bundle up against the cold and run to the edge of the bay. I wait for her by the night sky water and listen to the waves push in and out against the shore. I hear her story. She tells me of her fears and sorrows. Her story turns inside my head and twists around my heart, and I don't want to listen anymore. I want to run away, but I stay, looking for her in the cold winter dawn. As dark shifts to gray, I see her. She sees me and comes in closer to the shore. We wanted to come home, but we did not feel safe, she says. Why did they hurt us? Why did they send us away? I hang my head. It wasn't me, but I know what she means. I do not know what to say. I only have one word to tell her. Sorry, I whisper. My heart aches as she turns and swims away, slapping her flukes like a clap of thunder on the waves. She is gone.
As the sun lifts into the sky, I see her again, out in the bay. People gather on the shore to watch her in the winter dawn. I hear her calling again, softly and gently, but not to me. A small tail lifts out of the waves. A steamy spout breaches the water. Her baby lifts its head to greet us. Now I hear two voices calling, with a story of new beginnings, of hope and forgiveness. Together they swim and play in the bay. Welcome home, I say. Welcome home, echoes the mountains. The end.
I like that story and the happy ending too. The mother whale was calling its baby. Now, long ago, sadly, whales were hunted for their blubber. That's their outer layer of fat, and also for their other resources. Now, that is no longer allowed. Now, people try to help whales live. They do this by helping them not get caught up in fishing nets or hit by boats, and most importantly, by keeping the water clean and free of pollution. It used to be uncommon to see whales near New York City, which is not too far from here. However, in the past 10 years, people have spotted more and more whales in the waters near New York. Take a look at this. A whale was spotted in the harbor right near the Statue of Liberty. Scientists think that's because the water became cleaner with less pollution. So now the whales can come closer to the city. Pretty cool. Now, in the story, the whale was calling out to its baby. Whales have very interesting songs or sounds that they can make. They can use them to communicate or to talk to each other. How can the whales hear the sounds if they spend so much time underwater? Does sound travel underwater? What does it sound like? Does it sound the same or different? Well, let's try a little demonstration to find out just how whales can hear underwater. Whales sing to communicate with each other across far distances. How well can you hear underwater? Well, here's a simple experiment to help you find out. You will need an adult helper. The adult helper will need scissors and a plastic bottle, any size, and possibly some tape to cover any rough plastic. You're going to also need a bucket or a large container or big old bowl of water. You're going to need metal spoons or other nice makers and an assistant. This is what you're going to do. You can ask an adult helper to cut with a pair of scissors, cut the bottom of the plastic bottle. Now, if the bottle edges are rough, you can put some tape on it just like this. Then they're going to fill 3/4 full of the bucket or container or big bowl, whatever you're using. Fill it full of water, 3/4 full. Then you're going to want to put that container on a surface that is easy for you to reach. So then you're going to take the bottle with the open bottom and you're going to make sure the cap is off up here. And you're going to hold your ear to this part, and then this part is going to go into the container of water. Now this is where your assistant's going to come in. Your assistant is going to bang the two metal spoons that you have together inside the container of water. So you'll be listening right here into the container of water, and then your assistant will be banging the spoon or whatever other objects you are using into the water at the same time. What do you hear? Now, go ahead and Step away from the water, ask your assistant to bang the spoons again. How did those two sounds compare? Was it louder or was it quieter? If you want to try it again, ask your assistant to go ahead and bang the spoons while you're listening through the water and see what the difference is. Now, you can also try some other objects and see if you can hear different sounds and what the difference is. So you can have your helper make a few more noises while you are listening above and below the water. Here's some suggestions. They can try tapping a fingernail on the side of the bucket or container. They can try clapping their hands, or maybe even playing your favorite music. Compare the same noise sounds above and below the water. What did you notice? Whales sing to communicate with each other across far distances, and water helps the sound travel. Humpback whales can hear each other from really far apart. Some whales can hear a whale call from over 4,000 miles away. Now that's pretty far. If you'd like to explore more about whales, then check out just a few of the many books that we have available at the library. You might also want to check out the book Welcome Home Whales, because the author put some interesting information about whales in the back of the book. I hope you check it out. Directions and links to cool whale songs, videos, and more can be found in the description box below. You'll be able to find out why this silly sounding beluga whale is called the canary of the sea. I hope you had a whaley good time. I hope you keep exploring, and I'll see you next time. Bye!